What is up, second cousins? Welcome into court, cousins. It's the Game 7 reaction. Man, this exciting young Orlando Magic team falls to the Cleveland Cavaliers 106-94. They got real hot to start, but had no shot making in the second half from anyone not named Paolo Banchero, and the well dried up quickly. The Cavs went on a huge run in the third, beat us 33-15 in the third, or 33-15 in the third, and that was kind of all she wrote. Unfortunately, Max Strus had kind of a end of the game dunk there, which I know must have just infuriated you, Pich. Are you holding up after a tough loss here?
If you didn't watch our wrap up from Game 6, go ahead and rewatch that. And you saw a very angry me despite us getting a win.
Mm-hmm.
All those same things applied tonight for the most part. We lost our identity of who we wanted to be. We shot way too many 3-pointers. We made 6 of the first 11, and that's why we got out to a big lead, but went 4 of 20 the rest of the game. We seemed a little lost out there. Franz did not look himself today. Our second leading scorer can't be Wendell Carter Jr. with 13 points. Just their bench outscored our bench 23-21. That's got to be an area where we dominate. And look, for a lot of this game, for the first half of this game, things look good for us because we did hit a few of those outside shots, and our defense was stifling. Mm-hmm. But eventually, their role players kind of came to life enough to get things done. I just felt like we got some of their dudes in foul trouble late, but yet refused to go at them too. And it's important to get some of those guys out of the game late in that situation. Paulo played well, but he looked like a guy who had been carrying the team at the end of the game. He looked tired.
Yeah.
And nobody else could seem to step up in that moment. And the Cavs got invigorated. I like to see us get that lead early, but teams at home, they're always going to get that boost from the crowd when they go on their run. And when they went on their run to kind of start coming back, we never looked back. And again, if you've watched any of our wrap-ups for the last couple of years, what's our problem spot? Third quarter. Third quarter came back to bite us in the ass today. Almost all of the things that have ever bitten the Magic in the ass today came to the forefront. I loved listening to the call. I love getting JJ Redick's takes. I think he's one of the smartest analysts in the game today. And he was saying, when you get to the playoffs, your things get exposed. You said that during one of our first wrap-ups. Yeah. And it happened here in Game 7. It was a valiant effort. Honestly, the Cavs are not that good a team. Probably going to get swept by the Celtics. We might have got swept by the Celtics too, to be honest. Both of these teams have some pieces that they need to fill. And it'll be interesting to now finally allow you to talk about off-season shit, because the offseason has now actually begun, Magic community. Go ahead and start talking about offseason stuff now. It's allowed.
Yeah, a little infuriating, some of the trade talks and things that were happening during this series. We got to put a poo-poo on that. I mean, you can't expect much more from 21-year-old Paolo Banchero. 38 points tonight, 16 boards, a couple assists, 10 of 28 from the field. He was perfect from the free throw line for a little while. I know he didn't end that way. He ends 15 of 18 from the free throw line, and he just didn't have the help. Our big three, if we got that, that's Jalen and Franz. They go a combined 3 for 28, and that is just not gonna get it done. It's just not gonna get it done.
No.
I want to have all rose-tinted glasses here, Pish, because as I was scrolling on Twitter, I saw, Welt God with a tweet that said something to the effect of, if you would have told me before this season started that Paulo's going to make an all-star team, Jalen's going to be shooting pretty much 40% from beyond the arc, we're going to take the Cavs all the way to Game 7, that's a damn success of a season. But here in this moment, Pish, it just feels so damn bitter, especially getting out. He's got it right up. There it is. Social media roundup right for you in the recap.
Yep, that's why I took a picture of it. That's the exact post.
But it just felt like once those games 3 and 4 came around, the maths of this series changed. And I think as the year has gone on, just the expectations of this team have changed, both within the team and from the fan base. Originally, we wanted to get some play-in basketball. And then as the year's going on, it's like, well, no, let's get in the playoffs. Let's be in the top 4. Let's get home court advantage. And man,
right.
You see what home court advantage could have done in this series, Pish. It goes down, everyone defends home court, and we drop some games there late in the season. I'm not going to kind of second guess the season in that way. Still a success of a season, of course, but those are the things that are creeping into my mind now, especially in this game. Like you said, we just left. It would have been one thing if we went down playing our identity, Pish, but there was just too many, again, five out threes, this kind of no penetration, not getting to the rim when Jared Allen is sitting on the bench.
Still on the bench. I just didn't recognize this team. And I knew a number of people who I knew were watching this game today that haven't seen the Magic, right? Like a lot of family and friends I have from Vermont, or people around here that know I'm a fan. Like they kind of sort of like some in the Magic community are paying attention to the Dallas Stars. People were starting to pay attention, and I'm sort of like a little upset that that's the team they had to see, because that's not really who we are. They probably think Franz Wagner's not very good.
Yes.
It's hard to base a team on one game, but next year we'll get more nationally televised games and start. This was all part of that narrative of letting people know that we're coming. Look, all of our top 3 guys are all under 22 years old. The future is still bright for this team. But post by Weltgod is perfect. I'm sure he had it teed up before the series even started, because it is a good way to remind people that, like, look, we were playing with house money here in the playoffs. But to your point, if we'd had a home court in this series, I still think we could have won. I think we're a better team than the Cavaliers. I think their experience and the fact that they were home got them through. I think if we would have been at home during those first 2 games, we might have been able to get one instead of like getting blown out and learning playoff experience. I'd rather us see that experience in game 3 and 4, because then I think we would have been in the vibe a little bit and up to speed. But it's tough. The Cavs without Jared Allen too found a way to get things done, to their credit.
Yep.
But honestly, just not a very good basketball team there. And I would be surprised if they got a game against Boston with the way Boston's looking, even without Porzingis. But
it was tough to see. Just we talked at the end of Game 6. Can the bench travel? Last time we got 13 points from Cole or something. We got some stuff from the bench. I guess we got something. I mean, Markelle had 8, but they were all kind of early. Cole had 8 again.
Yep.
Again, a lot of these points were early in the game, and then nothing happened. The bigger story here is probably just Franz and Jalen putting up kind of a stinker game. I mean, Jalen doing everything he can on the defensive side of the floor. It's crazy that he is getting so much kudos for just hampering Donovan Mitchell, and Donovan Mitchell still has 39 points. It just goes to show you what kind of player Donovan Mitchell is. That guy is a star, and he is fantastic in his prime. It'll be interesting to see what happens with him, because I think he has one more year left on his deal, but there's a lot of murmurings that he wants to get traded, so we'll see what happens with that. Don't want to do a post-mortem on the Cavs before their season's even over, because if they somehow go on to upset the Celtics, all those talks probably go out the window.
That's not going to happen.
No, it's not happening at all. But, man.
Donovan Mitchell's an asshole. Credit to him. He played well, but I don't like the guy. There's not a lot of guys to like on that team. I do like Darius Garland. And he stepped up enough for them today. They got their 2 guys going, and again, scoring inside the paint. So much scoring inside the paint. We've got a long team. Oh my God, everybody's 6'10", big.
Right,
and it's like, hey, how come we can't have some guys stepping up and altering or blocking some shots? I mean, it happened a few times, but a lot of times that when Donovan chucking up shitty shots, I mean, he's throwing up
or open freaking finger rolls right at the hoop. To your point, which is like, why is that happening?
If he's open at the hoop, he's making it. It's sort of like, where's the help defense? I mean, at its core, if everybody can and keeps him in front of him, that shouldn't happen. But hey, help defense has got to be around. And I know that led to easy buckets for Evan Mobley before, and I think, like you'd said last game, I think it was just our plan to chase guys off the 3-point line and not worry about helping as much underneath, so that they got the easy buckets. And I don't know if that plan didn't work. honestly. I mean, I still think we could have lost last game if we didn't hit those key threes, in the last few minutes of the game, which, weren't falling today. It just felt like I was kind of watching almost the same game plan and getting the result that normally would happen to us. Whereas at home, some of the guys were cooking and guys were hitting a few more shots, so it went our way.
Right.
And today we brought kind of the same game plan, but guys weren't hitting as much. And I think Fran's foul trouble was bothering him. He just wasn't in that same groove. They were not letting him get to the bucket, which clearly is what he wanted to do today. He didn't feel confident in the shot. They even talked about it on the broadcast, and it felt pretty clear that he wasn't feeling that outside shot today, which we know he has in his bag. But for whatever reason, he didn't want to shoot today, which is odd because everybody else seemed free to chuck it up. Jalen Suggs certainly had no problems letting it rain. But yeah, just not the like you said, if we lose playing our game and the better team beats us, you tip your cap, you move along. But when we not playing that game, it's sort of like, all right. But honestly, at the end of the day, we didn't really expect to win this series. We wanted to make some noise, and we did. We got a nationally televised Game 7. We pushed the Cavs to the brink. A team that I think had the playoff experience, and I think that's what got them through this. I think if our team had that experience, that makes a big difference. So next year will be a lot different. Our expectations will be a lot higher. We'll expect to see that second round. But for this year, this was a good season. A tough way to go out, obviously, in a Game 7, but I can live with it.
Yeah. This is the book, right? As a young team, you got to take your lumps. And this is our lump. And I think sometimes teams take lumps and they get beat 4-1 in a series. And that's their first year in the playoffs. That's their first taste because they're just not ready for the level of competition.
Right.
It's impressive to me that these guys, after playing really piss poor games 1 and games 2 and losing those, did not lose confidence, did not let go of the rope, came back, won 2 more, and pushed to a Game 7. I mean, back to if you would have told me if you would have told me after Game 2 of this series that it was going to go to a close Game 7. That would have been all. I probably would have taken that too, because, man, it looked bad there for a moment. I think I need to take responsibility for this loss, though, Pich. I think really it's on me. I'm wearing, I don't know if anyone can see this at home, it's kind of the Cinco de Mayo jersey here for the Magic. It was one of the Osceola Magic's jerseys last year, and it's an RJ Hampton jersey. So I think that is partly to blame for this debacle. Also, this is embarrassing, and I'm just going to be honest with everyone, and I need everyone to be gentle with me in the comments. Eric, second cousin Eric, had come over from Long Island for this game. He was down at Court Cousins Night in Orlando at the Kia Soul Center, and I said, we'll go out to eat, and we'll come back, we'll watch the game. I like to watch it a little delayed so we don't have to watch commercials. Get back, and YouTube TV, which I thought you've set up, right, to record. Every other game has been recorded. I go in, try to go, start from beginning, just not there for some reason today. Just not there in the one game I needed it.
Maybe it's because
it was bad.
Maybe it's because I was watching it, because I've done that with Magic games and I've done that with other games. It usually lets you go back and start from the beginning. So you could have done it.
So basically, when I came in, Pish, we were winning like 47-29. And pretty much from the moment I started watching, we just started letting the lead just go away. It just started to disappear at the end of the second quarter. So I take responsibility.
So you missed the fun. You missed the fun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you missed the fun. That's what you get for not watching the games live. It's Game 7. This team is really the only professional team you follow with any kind of vigor. Everything else should be set aside. If there was plans with the girlfriend, she needs to realize, the wife.
Yeah.
She needs to realize, no, this comes first. Like,
she ordered the churros at lunch, and I almost killed her. I was like, babe, we need to get the frick home right now.
Yeah. I mean, but you do you do your thing.
I know. It bit me today, man.
Like, how's he not watching this live right now? But I know you hate the commercials, so you like to zing through. I like the commercial breaks because I get up, I walk around, I go to the bathroom, I list some things on eBay. Like I can't just sit there while I'm watching my TV. I got a little bit too much nervous energy to just kind of sit there. So, and then I've got another Game 7 coming up right now.
Yes.
So it's like it's been a nervous day for me. And it's Cinco de Mayo, so of course I put my shirt on for that. But I'm ready to don the green and hopefully this game 7 is going to go a little bit better. But it'll be cool. I've never been to one, so it'll be fun to catch the vibes.
So it's going to be in Dallas. You'll be there live?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not going to watch it at a party. I'm going to a suite, and we're going to watch it.
Oh man, that's good stuff, man. I hope for your sake it's a better outcome than this. I don't know. We'll probably get into the off-season chatter and more season in review stuff on the next Court Cousins full episode. We've been putting that off because we've been doing the recaps and just kind of waiting until the series is over. But Pich, we'll probably get on that at some point this week. Maybe have it out by next weekend. Just a little bit more season in the rearview mirror, and now that give me some time to process my thoughts because I'm a little stunned right now. It's all over. I'm very sad. No more Magic basketball. It's kind of a bummer, man.
Well, still plenty of other good basketball to watch.
Yeah.
And again, this was one of those games today where it's like, oh, if I'm not a fan of one of these teams, this game sucks.
Yeah.
but yeah, there's plenty of good NBA basketball still to watch. In fact, I think in the next
couple days
podcast, we ought to give our thoughts where we think the rest of the playoffs is going to go because we never really did a predictions. We didn't need that to fill this year before the playoffs started. Let's go about what our brackets were and what they're looking like, and just get into it. This was about how I thought the season would probably even halfway through the season. So, okay, we got to retool. We know what we need now, and it's been seen by not just us, but like the national people and everything. Everybody knows we need shooting. Everybody knows clog the paint. Yeah. So we got to find a way to figure that stuff out, and it didn't cost us really anything at all. It was good. Going to the next round.
Everyone's going in healthy.
Might have hurt people's feelings, but to lose in a game 7, hey, it's experience, and you move on, and you find out what pieces are going to stay, what pieces got to go, and get some new pieces in there.
All right, man. Well, how are you feeling, Second Cousins? Is there anything you want us to talk about in the next Court Cousins in the season in review segment? Anything that you think needs to be discussed? How are you feeling right now? No more Magic basketball. Pich, I'm rooting for your Stars. Let's go Stars, baby.
Are we done? I thought that was I got to go hang out with the Green Mass top 10.